In 2022, we saw the world and our community slowly get back to a new normal after 2 years of uncertainty. We were able to gather together once again in celebration and remembrance, and in the joy of life moving forward into what promises to be a bright future. Last year had a number of celebrations. The first one that comes to mind is the Canton Center reconstruction project. While I know it was an inconvenience over the summer, I think we can safely agree that the end result is worth it. After securing $8 million in funding through our county and state partnerships, we were finally able to fix a stretch of Canton Center from Ford to Warren correctly. We worked with our businesses in the Canton Chamber along the stretch to make sure that the drivers knew they were open for business during construction and access to driveways had as little disruption as possible. The funding from our partners at the state and county also allowed us to resurface Warren Road between Lilly and Haggerty and plan for future improvements to pedestrian pathways in Canton. Our state partners also brought home to Canton $750,000 to connect our neighborhoods to our sidewalk gap program, which we'll give more details on a little later in this presentation. We were also just awarded another $1 million from Congresswoman Haley Stevens and Debbie Dingell for our park on Bridge and Ford Road. In total, we brought in a historical $14 million back to our community since 2021, not including ARPA funds, which totaled another $9.1 million due to our federal government's expansive community-based programs. These funds have begun to spur economic development, expand parks and trails, connected sidewalks, a walkable culture and art center in Canton's Cherry Hill Village, fix roads, and support our employees and residents for many years to come. Much of the ARPA funding was already used for COVID vaccination centers and hazard pay bonuses for our employees who serve the community with purpose and professionalism during the pandemic. I want to thank President Joe Biden, Governor Whitmer, Congresswoman Haley Stevens and Debbie Dingell, Executive Warren Evans and State Senator Dana Polhanke, State Representatives Ranjit Puri and Matt Kolazar, Commissioner Melissa Daub, and of course our residents for helping to make all of this possible. Other community highlights from last year included Canton's first Juneteenth celebration, and we were honored to partner with Jack and Jill of America's Ypsilanti chapter to host this special event. Juneteenth is a blend of the words June and 19th. It honors the end of slavery in the United States. In June of 2021, Juneteenth National Independence Day was signed into law as a national holiday. Last fall, we asked for volunteers to help us explore the feasibility of a food compost program in the community. About 600 residents signed up for the pilot program, which kicked off in December to help reduce the amount of food waste being sent to landfills. Composting is a sustainable alternative to disposing of food waste that turns the material into rich, healthy soil. Another new organizational undertaking last year was the implementation of priority-based budgeting. Led by our finance department, our staff have spent countless hours this year inputting, scoring, and ranking all of our programs, events, classes, and other expenses. Priority-based budgeting identifies the cost of all and everything we do, from programs and services to events and training. The program then aligns the budget with the strategic plan and priorities set by the board. The end result will be a greater alignment between resident priorities and township spending. We have a number of new businesses that have also opened in the past year, including BJ's Wholesale Club, Miso Selfie, Crumble Cookies, Abdu's Market, Buff City Soap, Punjabi Bazaar, King's Bakery, Rajarani Indian Restaurant, The Taco Factory, Starloft Photography, Siraki's Pizza, and many, many more. We also have site plans approved for many new retailers on Michigan Avenue, including Panda Express, Chipotle, Dunkin' Donuts, and Zippy Auto Wash. Additionally, Greenland Market and Saj Bakery are locating on the southwest corner of Cherry Hill and Denton this year. These are just a small example of the new commercial and retail businesses opening at this time, as there are approximately 175 zoning compliance certificates approved in 2022. The board has made a very intentional decision to create a technology corridor out of the 4-mile stretch through the community. Taking steps to make that happen, last year we partnered with the University of Michigan Ross Business School of Business Executive Master's Program to have a study done on Canton's Michigan Avenue. The 4 master's candidates worked with staff, conducted interviews of industry leaders, as well as surrounding communities and residents, did hours of research spanning market sectors and trends, various funding opportunities, and they were able to present a vision for how we may be able to achieve the goal of an innovation network along Michigan Avenue. Soon we will be partnering with 6 communities between Detroit and Ann Arbor to lift up the region by creating jobs and spurring more economic development. Speaking of Michigan Avenue, we welcomed an Amazon delivery center to the community last fall. This facility provides last-mile services, created more than 260 jobs, and will be deploying electric-powered delivery vehicles in the very near future. In keeping with the board goal of more green technology, we are encouraging any company looking to locate along the corridor to have some sort of environmentally friendly aspects to their buildings or services. One very special project that has been given a lot of attention and funding is the Canton Town Square project at Cherry Hill Village. We retained an urban design team to create a framework for the continued development of the square. Wayne County offered to double the impact of the Township's ARPA funds by matching our contribution to the Canton Town Square. Through a combination of Township ARPA funds, insurance proceeds, Park Millage Fund, and existing fund balance, the board committed $4,750,000 to the project, and Wayne County matched our contribution for a total of $9,500,000 in community investment. We're thrilled to be bringing an additional $4,750,000 in county investment back to Canton and look forward to working with Executive Evans and the Wayne County Commission for future projects. The Canton Town Square project will feature a reimagined village square, a robust trail system for connectivity and convenience, arts and culture partnerships, additional public parking, renovation of the Village Arts Factory building, Preservation Park improvements, year-round programming, wayfinding, and more. The Canton Town Square at Cherry Hill Village will be a regional destination and a gathering space for the entire community. And now, let's take a look at what each of our nationally accredited departments have been up to this past year. As our community grows and our innovations increase, the demands on our law enforcement officers increase. The Canton Police Department, led by Director Chad Bow, is amidst a unique period of advancement, and the demands are based on professionalism, on which the department prides itself. The Canton Police Department employs officers who are available, trained, and patiently mindful of the complexities of our society, all while having the time to be faithful servants to our community. This comes with proper transparency and guidance of the officers and the appropriate oversight of the command staff. The department takes service training and performance very seriously. We set our officers and community up for success through our policing vision, excellence, and service. Further, skilled planning with the department's patrol, investigations, support services, training, and community engagement enhances the efficiency of their work. The police department is a forward-thinking and progressive law enforcement agency that is rethinking public safety policy, utilizing a service-based model to guide its development and operations while maintaining an omnipresent policing method to displace, disrupt, and dismantle illegal activity in a deliberate manner. The department continues to develop its embedded social worker programming, police diversion programming, strong investigative initiatives and partnerships, and police peer support programming. These programs are driven by the volume of known behavioral health issues and substance disorder issues that are the foundation for our police department call for service. There were 648 reported mental health calls for service since August of 2021, where the police department was the first care provider. They then made care analysis and a referral to the embedded clinician within the department. The focus of the police department in 2023 will be recruiting and retaining police officers to build up to our authorized staffing level. Within this programming, command staff will be leading the best police department in the state while setting unit goals, developing solid succession planning, helping develop a new 5-year strategic plan, and rebooting the omnipresence policing concept as the impact of COVID on traditional policing subsides. Our police department deploys highly motivated employees who possess the highest standards of ethics and integrity. And thanks to their hard work every day of the year, Canton remains one of Michigan's safest communities. Our Fire Services Department, led by Director Chris Stockline, was as busy as ever in 2022, experienced the highest call volume in the history of the department. To help with all of those calls, the department was able to take delivery of 3 new ambulances and 2 new administrative vehicles this past December. Public Safety Headquarters interior building renovation is entering the second phase of construction. Work started last May, expanding the dispatch 911 call center within the confines of the building's current footprint. Additional police and fire offices, along with ADA-compliant restrooms, are also being worked into the existing space. A portion of the Township's capital improvement plan is running concurrently with this project, replacing the building's original carpet, wall covering, and HVAC systems. The original structure was built in 1985, with minor additions occurring in the 90s and 2000s. The project is expected to wrap up mid-year. The Canton Fire Department has 6 advanced life support ambulances in its fleet, staffed by licensed paramedic firefighters. Paramedics responding to medical emergencies will assess and stabilize patients prior to transporting to an area hospital. These procedures could include utilizing invasive drug therapy, providing advanced airway management, introducing IV fluids, and performing manual defibrillation. These advanced actions will add to the actual time spent on the scene, but this immediate emergency room type care can enhance the patient's overall recovery. In addition to the emergency fire service and emergency medical service the department provides to the community, the department also provides fire inspections and plan reviews for commercial and multi-resident buildings, along with a variety of fire prevention and education programs. Our fire department also provides resident and employee CPR training and first aid. Board members also participated in a day-long training with our team. Our fire department continues to be community-focused, data-driven, outcome-based, strategic-minded, well-organized, properly equipped and staffed and trained. Adherence to these rigorous standards results in some of the best response times in the entire state. In fact, it is not unusual for me to get letters of thanks for our public safety department. This past year was a remarkable beginning of our new Information Technology and Innovation Department. Led by our newest director, Victor Abegbu, the team's first big project was migrating the Township emails over to the .gov domain. They then moved the Office 365 platform from a commercial on-premise environment to a strictly government cloud, which greatly enhanced our cybersecurity, as many communities are a target for cyber attacks. Canton receives over 2 million weekly attempted attacks, but our team is on it, making sure our residents and infrastructure stay safe. After performing an in-depth evaluation of all existing Township softwares and applications and conducting Township-wide stakeholder meetings, the department re-established the ITI Steering Committee to ensure all future projects are in line with the board goals and needs of the community. The ITI department has also teamed with me in establishing the Technology Committee, a resident-based group with an interest in how we can use new technology to provide a variety of services. Our ITI director is also reviewing broadband capability across our township, as well as how to establish a strong fiber network throughout our community as road projects occur. And, as if that wasn't enough, the ITI department also upgraded 185 computer workstations and closed out more than 2,600 service tickets in 2022. We are very much looking forward to the future and have full confidence that our ITI department will be leading the way, using the very latest in technology and innovation to better serve our community. As Canton continues to grow, our Municipal Services Department, led by Director Jade Smith and comprised of the Planning, Engineering, Building, Public Works and Facilities Maintenance Division, have been as busy as ever. We've already covered the reconstruction of Canton Center, but our engineering division was also managing multiple other road projects funded by the road millage, specifically the repair and resurfacing of Warren from Haggerty to Lilly and the subdivision match program. Our roads millage program has improved more than 13 miles of roads throughout Canton, including many of our neighborhoods, and it's still going strong. Thank you, Canton residents. Additionally, engineering oversees the sidewalk gap program, which was kicked into overdrive last year with $750,000 in funding from the state. Those funds will be put toward closing the 54 miles of sidewalk gaps in the community, addressing the board's goal of providing quality infrastructure and making the community more walkable. Planning Services embarked on the process of updating the community's master plan. The master plan is a long-range policy document that guides the community for the next 10 to 20 years on a variety of topics such as land use, development, housing and neighborhoods, infrastructure, transportation and corridors, environmental preservation, and more. The master plan also outlines goals and objectives for the community, as well as specific guidelines related to transportation, utilities, recreation, public services, and more. The plan provides a legal basis for all land development regulations, including zoning ordinances, and also designates the location and intensity of future development. The update is expected to take 12 to 18 months and will include a robust public engagement strategy to gather feedback from Canton residents, business owners, property owners, and other community stakeholders. Over 1,200 responses were received on the comment boards posted during Liberty Fest, Pride Outside, and Rally on Ridge, as well as on the comment boards posted at the Township Administration Building, Public Library, the Block, the Summit, and Cherry Hill Village Theater. Additionally, a community survey was launched in late November, and well over 1,000 responses were received. Last fall, a Master Plan Advisory Board was formed from community volunteers and has been working with the Planning Consultant Team and Planning Division staff to advise the Planning Commission and Township Board on conceptual design renderings, development of maps, and overall text. That special master plan work is in addition to the 40 plans that were reviewed and approved by the division last year. Canton's Building and Inspection Division is responsible for ensuring that township standards for local building codes, ordinances, and construction are met. This office also issues multiple fence, pool, plumbing, mechanical, compliance, electrical, and other miscellaneous permits. Last year, the division processed over 13,000 permit applications and performed more than 26,000 inspections. Canton's Public Works Division are truly some of the unsung heroes of the organization. They are the folks responsible for keeping our water flowing and in good condition, among many other important tasks that we may take for granted. Over the course of 2022, crews replaced 109 outside residential water meters and installed 280. They made over 1,800 repairs on Canton-owned vehicles and equipment, repaired 40 water main breaks, and cleaned over 257,000 feet of sanitary sewer. Public Works also hosted the annual Household Hazardous Waste Collection, which diverted more than 112,000 pounds of waste from going into the landfill. And speaking of landfills, the Sauk Hills Trail landfill is filling its last cell, which means our landfill could be full within 7 to 10 years. Recycling, reducing waste, and composting is imperative for our residents, and expanded education and programs about this will continue. Facilities maintenance staff had an extremely busy 2022 with the substantial renovations done to the Summit on the Park, which included refinishing the gym floor and track, roof replacement, walnut and chestnut rooms remodeled, ceiling tiles and grid replaced, 4 new pumps in the aquatic center, and more. The division also had the administration building exterior power washed, replaced 7 rooftop units on 3 different buildings, and installed new ADA play structures at Griffin and Independence Parks. And among other projects, they are also spearheading the major renovations occurring in the public safety building. Canton Leisure Services, led by Director Greg Hohenberger, was back in full force in 2022. After a 2-year hiatus due to the pandemic, Canton Liberty Fest saw record-setting attendance by attracting over 70,000 unique visitors to Heritage Park over the 3-day festival. And as I mentioned earlier, the weekend of festivities also included Canton's inaugural Juneteenth community celebration. Festival goers also enjoyed an exciting lineup of carnival rides, games, special performances, and attractions, as well as the always popular fireworks that will now be a Friday night festival highlight moving forward. As a department that serves a large and diverse community, Leisure Services remains committed to fostering and maintaining an inclusive environment where everyone is treated with respect and dignity. This past year, Canton was able to host its second Diwali Festival of Lights community celebration. It was held in India's festive tradition of celebrating the triumph of good over evil. This special event in Heritage Park featured Indian cultural performances, music, and dancing, and was capped off with an exciting new edition of fireworks display. Canton once again hosted our Pride Outside event this summer, which provided an opportunity for area residents to show support and exhibit pride for our LGBTQ+ neighbors. In addition, Canton was honored to host several special Veterans Day programs this year, including special tributes that were held at Canton Club 55+, as well as a village theater at Cherry Hill honoring all servicemen and women who have served and who are currently serving in our armed forces. Canton also has a long-standing tradition of hosting several international festivals every year that are coordinated by the Village Theater at Cherry Hill. These special events, which include the Chinese Spring Festival, give audience members a chance to travel the globe through song, music, and dance. Last year, Canton's Therapeutic Recreation Program received a generous boost in funding of $225,000 from both Wayne County and the Detroit-Wayne Integrated Health Network. This specialized programming serves all of Western Wayne County with an inclusive approach to recreation, allowing individuals with disabilities from 8 years of age into adulthood to participate in programs and activities as fully as possible while providing reasonable accommodations. This invaluable support has changed lives and continues to have an immeasurable positive impact on numerous families, which is why we are so very grateful to be able to provide these services for many more years to come. Our Wayne County partners in the commission, led by Melissa Daub and Supervisor McNamara, who sits on the board of the Detroit-Wayne Integrated Health Network, help secure funding for the program. Since the inception of the pandemic, the golf industry has seen a substantial resurgence of the game with the addition of new golfers. Both Pheasant Run and Fellows Creek golf clubs have experienced a high volume of returning players, as well as an influx of new players entering the game as this nationwide golf boom continues. We are currently repaving some of the golf cart paths to ensure a smooth game. At the Canton Sports Center, 2022 showed a marked return to play for most sports with a major boom in participation in softball. Over a 4-month period, the Canton Sports Center attracted over 350,000 visitors through tournaments and leagues as players remained excited to participate in the action. Out-of-state players and families traveled mostly from Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, with several teams traveling from as far as Minnesota and Florida. In 2022, Leisure Services entered into a cooperative agreement with Canton's Partnership for the Arts and Humanities, a local 501c3 organization dedicated to furthering of the expression, appreciation, and enjoyment of the arts. This agreement enables both organizations to integrate arts, culture, and creativity by conducting recreation and arts programming together in Cherry Hill Village, which was developed to be a new urbanism neighborhood located in the southwestern part of Canton. This partnership provides a new opportunity for reaching community members through a variety of new arts-focused events and activities. The introduction of this initiative also serves as a launching point for new park and recreation space development that is set to take place in Cherry Hill Village over the next few years. The Finance Department, led by Director Wendy Trumbull, received the prestigious GFOA Award for Financial Statements for the 29th time. The Certificate of Achievement is the highest form of recognition in the area of governmental accounting and financial reporting, and its attainment represents a significant accomplishment by a government and its management. Canton's Finance Department continues to provide financial stability to our municipal organization and proves year after year that our residents' hard-earned tax dollars are being allocated wisely. Last spring, the board approved a responsible contracting policy to Canton's existing purchasing policy to ensure that the method for awarding contracts is based on the best value, the lowest, most responsible quality bid. This policy ensures that all work on public construction contracts are performed by responsible, ethical, qualified firms that maintain the capacity, expertise, personnel, and other qualifications and resources necessary to successfully perform public contracts in a timely, reliable, and cost-effective manner. As I mentioned earlier, we have begun implementing priority-based budgeting. This effort was taken up by the finance department and involved every department within the organization. This labor-intensive process consisted of performing program inventory, assigning cost and time to everything we do, scoring and peer review. We plan on sharing the results to the community this year. The finance department worked with every department within the organization to secure millions of dollars in grants money to benefit the community. A historical $14 million in federal, state, and county money was awarded to Canton last year, and an additional $9.1 million in ARPA funds was put toward roads, sidewalks, parks, and more.
Hi, I'm Treasurer Diane Slavens. The Treasurer's Office continues to be busy assisting our residents, collecting payments, answering questions, and providing prompt and friendly service. We're always working to improve customer service. Currently, we're working with our ITI department on a new online program. This will be an easier, customer-friendly program that will allow more payment options for our residents. Water billing also continues to be busy, assisting residents regarding water billing issues. The budget billing appears to be a success, as we've seen an 85% decline in delinquent water bills. Another new service we unveiled last year was AutoDraft. This has been very popular with our residents, and we're so happy to provide another convenient way to pay our water bills.
Hi, I'm Clerk Michael Segrist. 2022 was a busy year for the Clerk's office. We saw 7,598 voters register from January to December, leading to the highest voter registration number in Canton history at 77,510. With no reason absentee voting, the Clerk's office saw big vote-by-mail numbers, just like in 2020. We counted 36,722 absentee ballots in November and August combined. To administer this election, we trained 295 people to work as poll workers on Election Day, and over 60 Canton employees worked outside of their normal departments to help the Clerk's office run the elections last year. We issued 2,392 dog licenses, of which 695 were new registrations. Over 1,000 dog park memberships were issued as well. 2022 was the inaugural year of our mobile food vending ordinance, so it was our first time issuing food truck licenses. In December, the Clerk's office started offering passport services, and in 1 month has already helped 137 Canton residents get their passport. Looking forward to 2023, we will be working hard to implement the new voting rights enshrined in the Michigan Constitution last November. We will be educating residents on early voting and establish the best location for 2 early voting sites in Canton. We will also be finding locations for 4 new drop boxes so that voters who choose to join the automatic ballot list will be able to conveniently return their ballot safely and securely.
As we continue on into 2023, we have a lot to look forward to. Our Leisure Services Department is finalizing preparations for its 4th consecutive national reaccreditation as they strive to maintain compliance with the 154 standards necessary. Since finalizing a development plan for Ridge Road Park, a 134-acre wooded rustic park located at Ford and Ridge Roads, Canton has received a $1 million grant with the help of U.S. Representative Haley Stevens of Michigan's former 11th Congressional District. These funds will be used to implement Phase 1 of the development plan, where crushed gravel paths will be constructed to create a 1-mile walking trail throughout the park, and solar-powered lights will be added to the parking lot. Last but certainly not least, the entire organization has begun its diversity, equity, and inclusion journey, and 2023 will see a lot of movement and progression. It is very important to us that we all understand and embrace the diversity that makes the Canton community so unique. We strive every day to provide the best services to our residents and to create a welcoming environment where employees feel supported and residents feel respected. As always, I would like to thank all Canton employees for their hard work and dedication. The longevity we have within our staff is a testament to their loyalty to this community. The institutional knowledge and expertise that they have gained through the years are second to none, and I am honored to be able to work with such an outstanding group of people each and every day. Our Human Resources Division has helped us expand programs and activities for our employees, with many more to come. Over the past 2 years, we have celebrated employee milestones, promotions, and events together, and I look forward to more.